Well, hello. It is the Stream Sunday with the Retro Hangover podcast. How you doing? Hope everybody is having a wonderful weekend. Or if you're in a different part of the world, then maybe the weekend's over, or maybe you're still like not all the way through it yet. I don't know. At any rate, hi. We are here, and I am gonna do my comfort food game because I am friggin' exhausted and I don't want to think about stuff. And also, there's only like 2 days left in the season, so I want to try to knock out the rest of my seasonal stuff if possible. So we gonna do some grinding in D4, and just kind of like hang out and chat. I think it's gonna be a chill stream, I think, today. So yeah. And of course I have my illustrious co-host here with me, Chris. Hi, Chris.
Hi. I'm so excited for Diablo.
Yes, I know you are. Let's see, what time? It's like 9:05. We should have the Helltide dropping like any minute now. Alright, so we need to take stock of what I still gotta do. Yes, I know the season ends soon. Thank you for reminding me. Defeat the Helltide commanders. Yeah, okay. Or Grigor, the Galvanic Saint. That actually might be enough. What's up, Game Over Hell? How's it going?
Game over hell. How you doing?
Actually, while we're waiting for the Helltide to pop, I actually need to look real quick. I forget where Grigor is at, because I think that might be enough to finish this tier and bump me into the next one without having to do the other two. So Grigor, where are you at, bro? Editing a compilation is scheduled for tomorrow. Very nice, very nice. All right, Grigor the Galvanic Saint. He is. I know I have enough to summon him because I've been getting a bunch of summon materials from the Helltides. I need the Living Steel. Yep. And he is where?
Say his name and he appears.
Gotta say it 3 times. I saw the trailer for the new Beetlejuice movie.
Oh, that actually looks good.
Yeah, it does.
It looks good. I shouldn't be that hype. I'm hype. Any compilation. Any compilation to go scheduled tomorrow. Go over to Game Over Hell's YouTube channel, by the way, everybody. Yes, Beetlejuice I'm excited for. I said it twice, I'm not saying it again.
That's a safe bet.
Safe bet.
All right. So before we do, oh, there's a Helltide. All right. I should probably grab a potion of lightning resistance, since that's his like shtick. It's probably, honestly, this is probably over preparing because I'm probably gonna steamroll this guy anyway, but it's fine.
No such thing as over preparing.
I suppose not. Unless you try to put on like 3 condoms at once. Don't do that. That's
bad.
Yeah.
I typically don't have luck with any condoms, so just don't wear any condoms, people. Take it from me.
Wait. This does not constitute medical or life advice. Let's see. Lightning resistance. Yeah. I mean,
my history of wearing condoms, they've somehow managed to get holes in them.
That's crazy how that like happens. Like twice is not necessarily very unusual, unless it's this case.
It's like all the time. This is not a double wrap thing. This is like any time I have ever tried to use a condom, that always breaks. Like every single time.
I think that's just the universe telling you that you just need to just roll the dice, man.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, the universe is my friend.
It's like that friend that you know is bad for you, and they really just give you awful advice, but somehow you just keep hanging out with them. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't have anyone else I can really trust or hang out with. I got to do this, but you know, The other one betrays me constantly.
Hmm. Okay, where the actual fuck is this guy's dungeon? I probably should have been more specific in my Google searching. I might need to look this up again because I don't know where he's located. I've actually never done this one. Where you at, bro? Alright, fine. Let me look. Because as engaging as me fucking derping around on a map is. Okay, yeah, that's like... Alright, alright, okay. Nope, not there. I think it's here? Yeah, it's here. Ah, there it is. Haha. Alright, now we're in business. Wait a minute. How are you going to end up with more tickets than you know what to do with? What you got, like, the hookup? Like, what's going on?
Are you ready for this tropical storm?
You mentioned it a couple times, but I subscribe to a theater brand. Oh, okay. I don't remember seeing that, so that's on me. I probably don't pay attention to chat very often. 2 tickets a month, dang. All right, that's cool. I mean, yeah, it's whatever. I don't think it's gonna be anything more than what we usually have, so I'm not too concerned. All of the schools and stuff are taking it seriously, so even though it's supposed to be teacher planning week this week, Brianna's gonna be home tomorrow, so
That's good. School starts next week. I'm trying to convince my kids to go to bed at a normal time. That's what's always fun. Because I woke up this morning, because the dogs always wake me up around 7, which is probably a good thing, but I just go and lay in my recliner in my game room and go to sleep there. Normally I sleep there for like 2 hours because I don't have a job right now, so I don't care. But I woke up this morning at 7. It's like, I'm so tired. Walked out of the room and saw my youngest eating cereal, watching TV. And I'm like, there's 2 possibilities here. Either he's trying to get used to the school schedule again, or he stayed up all night. And he's still up at 7 in the morning. It was the latter. So I'm like, great.
I wish I could still do that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes like I don't want to get mad. I'm kind of impressed, right? But then he sleeps on the couch like all day, and it gets to the point like, hey, dude, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Get your ass up. Like, I remember being a teenager, but I didn't like do it to inconvenience others with my sleeping patterns. Like, get your ass up. At least sleep in your damn bed.
All right, I think I could probably see if I could do this one. So I gotta open 10 chests during a single Helltide. Could probably make that happen, especially since it just started. So I think that should be enough time for me to do it. So let's see. I contemplated doing pulling an all-nighter this past Friday because we had to get up at 3 a.m. to bring our son and my mother-in-law to the airport because he is actually up with them in Missouri for this week, visiting with his grandparents. He's having a good time. But they made the decision to buy plane tickets for a 5 a.m. flight. And I was like, fun.
That's the best. Flights are the best. Everyone likes them.
Yeah, no, definitely. To be a simple edit, but it's 30 videos. I mean, yeah, that sounds like it's going to take a while.
You saying that makes me nervous about my next patron show idea.
Oh no. You just started the Saturnalia stuff. Like what else are you signing yourself up for?
I already told you.
You probably did. I don't remember.
It's going to be WRHP.
Ah, yes.
Waiting on Ashton's logo. Maybe I can try and make the logo while we're streaming. If I can find what I'm looking for.
I was inspired by Burst Error's recent one-year anniversary compilation and his suggestion about doing this type of thing. I mean, that's a cool idea, like doing a compilation of like your whole year's like content, like the highlights or whatever. Like that's cool.
That's cool.
It would be a neat idea for us to do, but then again, that would be something that we'd basically just be foisting upon Ashton. just be like, here, go and do all this extra work to look up all this stuff and take clips and edit it all together.
Apparently, he has outtakes.
Yeah, I gotta get those from him at some point because I was putting those together, just to kind of take some of that burden off of him. But we haven't done one in a while.
No. Oh, the 10-year anniversary is coming up. So
yeah.
That could be a good release for the main feed. And I may have an episode that we can post to the main feed in lieu of a flight soon with a collaboration with a friend of ours, a show friend of ours. I will talk to Shane about that after this, so I won't be spilling any tea here on the feed. Just popped in my mind.
I mean, there's still a possibility that I haven't forgotten about my idea of potentially just dropping that unreleased pilot episode that we had from way back at the very beginning.
I say we fucking do that as a main episode. Well, as a fight episode.
Yeah.
As a fight episode. Not that it matters wherever we drop it in the feed. Okay, I cannot find what I'm looking for. So I'm not doing mini reviews anymore. I thought of testing it as well, just compiling 30 mini reviews in one. And I've seen YouTubers do that. I have, and they like have a whole crunch thing. Like I see GameSack do it from time to time. I don't watch them because I see a runtime. I say this is like ironic as a podcaster, especially someone who has podcasts, who's on a podcast that routinely goes over 2 hours. Like if I see a video go over 45 minutes, I tend not to watch it. I think that's because it's not meant to be passive, and I think that's the thing with an audio format. Like if it's a 2-hour podcast, I'm gonna listen to it. But if it's like some members of our community, like Ozzy, keeps on plugging Sean Shanson, and I'm sure I've seen some of Sean Shanson's content, and it's good content, but it's like, oh, here's a 4.5-hour video about every PlayStation game that fits this criteria. I'm like, No, 4.5 hours.
That's
No.
more than a extended edition Lord of the Rings movie.
Yeah, it's like barely, but God. I thought most people were like that, Chris, which is why I assume many reviews would have done better than they did. Yeah, that's kind of like what our thought process was behind when we started the flight too, wasn't it, Shane? It's like we have a shorter episode format if people don't want to sit and listen to a 2.5 hour one.
Yeah, I mean, that was the idea, and
Yeah.
both of them, our main feed and our flights, have tended to balloon a little bit more than what our original intention was. Like, when we sort of, like, reassessed things for the show way back when, we were like, all right, we should try to stick to, like, an hour and a half. Like, that's a good number.
Yeah.
I can't say that we consistently do that at all. And then with the oh shit, I'm gonna die. And then with the flights, we were like, yeah, it'll be short. It'd be like, I don't know, 20 minutes. It'd be like a 20-minute short little episode. Yeah, okay. Now we're at like 45 minutes.
Yeah. Now, granted, if we just got rid of our guests, and we love our guests, we do. But if we got rid of our guests, our episodes would probably only be an hour and a half. As they typically are when we don't have guests.
That's true. Yeah, I
And
mean,
our-
just by virtue of having more people, it's gonna be longer. Especially like today's episode with 4 of us. That is a healthy episode. That's a thick boy.
And especially one that all 4 of us love, and 3 out of the 4 of us have like deep ingrained memories and experiences with.
Yeah.
So you're not getting away from that. The extremes work out 1 hour or 1 minute long. Yeah, that's wild for YouTube. I tend to like if I find the creator interesting enough, I do want videos that are over 30 minutes because my elliptical time, I set the elliptical for 30 minutes. I don't like fucking around with my phone while I'm on the elliptical. I don't want to change the video. It's kind of like, it's not as bad as trying to find the video or song you want while you're driving, which I would never do.
No, definitely not.
Absolutely not. But it is still bad because it's annoying. It doesn't get me my calorie burn. So like I can't appreciate over 30 minutes if like there's an interesting topic going on in the background. Because even some like podcasts I don't want to listen to while I'm on the elliptical because I like really want to be engaged. And there are a lot of podcasts that are better for like long drives.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I want the how does it say, like get I don't even know what I'm talking about here. I'm just saying, like, for some reason the video stimulation is better for working out than podcasts are. I binge listen multiple episodes a lot when I'm drawing or grinding. Oh, absolutely. Like if I'm in I'm playing an RPG and I've got my fill of the soundtrack and there's not a lot of stuff going on where the audio is really required to get the entirety of the experience, I will just go through podcasts. Like, it'll be great. I didn't do a Chrono Trigger because it's the portable experience and just being able to have other things available to me. But there was a game I was playing not too long ago. God, I can't even remember. But yeah, I was playing a lot of I was listening to podcasts a lot while I was playing through it because like I knew like the soundtrack was fine, but it's like, okay, I'll have the podcast on. Doom 2 I did that a lot for. Because the music sucked. So like having a podcast there was essential in having me enjoy my time.
I'd say Doom 2 is better if you just listen to Doom 1's soundtrack while you play it.
I'm not going to disagree with you there. I mean, like Doom 1's soundtrack even has more excuses because it's a year older and everything like that. It wasn't on CD, so yeah.
The Doom 1 soundtrack doesn't need excuses.
Sure
it is. It is fantastic. Come back here, you little fucking goblin. Give me your treasure. Come back here.
Right. But right now, I'm playing Arkham Asylum, and I'm gonna have a lot of good things to say about that game in the upcoming episode. I'll put that out there right now. And I can't listen to a podcast while playing that game.
No, it's too involved.
Yeah. When H1D was playing for so long while I was playing Heretic later levels, every time I hear 1H1D, I think of Heretic. I like 1H1D. They're a good show. I really like what they do. I like their concept. But if I am looking, what I'm looking for right now is I'm looking for the Dr. Wily W, but I don't want Doctor on it. I just want the W. I don't want the circle around it. I just want the W. That's all I want. Can't find it. I don't have Photoshop. It's like I can find images, but I can't isolate the W out from everything else. Genesis font. Not without the lightning bolts and shit. But I do like the lightning bolts though.
Yeah, it seems kind of quiet this evening.
Yeah, it is a little quiet. Is there anything? There's wrestling was yesterday. You did all the RHP logo stuff, right?
Well, not our main logo. We had an artist do that.
Yeah. I'm talking because an artist didn't do any of the RHP stuff. Right?
Oh no, yeah, those I did. Sir, excuse me. Hello, thank you. No bueno. Might I suggest go fucking yourself? So we saw Deadpool and Wolverine today, and it was fantastic.
Oh, it's so good. It's fantastic. It is so fucking good.
It's like the only thing that Marvel's done recently that I care about.
Yeah. I was incredibly impressed. With like, and you know who it's like for? It's for people our age.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
I won't go into detail why.
Yeah.
but because that'd be giving a lot away. But like, it's definitely like for us.
Yeah, for sure.
I do like the line, like, I'm going to leave out this character's name, but there's only one blank. And there will only be one blank. And then Deadpool stares at the camera.
Directly into the camera, yeah.
I'm like, yes! It's the best thing MCU since Guardians 3. I need to see Guardians 3. I still haven't seen it. Might end up having to crop the W manually or vectorize. I don't know. I understand what cropping means. I have no idea what vectorizing means.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably just leave that to Ashton or me, I guess. I don't know, either one. I thought you had Photoshop.
I don't. I play around. It's called Piccollage. It's free and it's like a web browser app. So I'm like super guttifying it. It's great.
Well, hello, good sir. Oh, hell yeah, I need to head down there. That's where the good shit's happening. Hopefully there's somebody else here. Oh, somebody was here, but they got wrecked and left. Okay, cool. That's fine. I will pick up your mess.
Randall's here.
He is.
How's it going? One of the premier patron saints of the Retro Hangover podcast. It is good to have you here today, sir. How goes the life over there in the Northeast with your chowder? Like Debbie's gonna go right north of us. Okay, there's this side there. Oh, it's a hurricane now.
Oh, is it?
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Oh, it's still a tropical storm, but it's gonna be a hurricane before the morning. It's gonna make landfall. Looks like. Seems like a little east of Panama City. Get in there.
Get wrecked, bitch.
Oh, it's like that one part of Florida that doesn't have any significant cities. It's like north of Tampa, but east of Panama City. Kind of like the armpit of Florida.
Which is saying something.
Hey. Probably a reason why a lot of people don't live in that area. It's like prime hurricane beat fest. Other than the Keys. Which I don't understand why people live there, if I'm being honest.
Well, that's why I never understood why beachfront property in Florida is so expensive. I'm like, why? That's not prime real estate. You're just setting yourself up for getting bitch slapped by a hurricane, or like, why would you want that?
Here, it's not that bad.
No, not here, but that's
Miami,
taking a long
though.
time to load. What's going on? Like any time now would be great.
It's the Grundle. I don't know what that is.
No, it's just the game taking forever to load. Apparently me portaling back to town was just too much.
Very demanding.
Yep, I asked too much of it. Well, okay, I'm stepping back in the chat a little bit here, but I think the reason that so many people are like head over heels for the new Deadpool movie is honestly just because we've had nothing but crap from Marvel for quite a long time, and so having something that is not only not crap, but like legitimately good is unusual.
See, I haven't watched everything else. I've just heard it's bad, so I don't know. Have you watched any of the other Marvel stuff?
I had been up until somewhat recently. I kind of gave up at one point, but
What was the one that broke the camel's back for you?
I think it was probably She-Hulk.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it the twerking?
Well, that certainly didn't help. So imagine you're a wealthy white person who loves going to the beach. You know that 1 to 2 times a year... Okay, wait a minute. I can't read chat. Apparently I portaled back into
I'll read.
fucking hell.
I'll read. So imagine you're a wealthy white person who loves going to the beach. You know that 1 to 2 times out of the year, you might have to worry about getting your house tickled by some wind. So you spend $1 million to plant your happy ass on the sand. So you spend $1 million to plant your happy ass on the sand in your house.
I mean, yeah, I'm interested to see Fantastic Four 3.0 also. Maybe one day they'll make a Fantastic Four movie that's actually good.
Shit. Doesn't look like it. It's not promising right now. I'm not saying it won't be good. I'm just saying I am not interested with the way they're setting it up. I am completely turned off by it. The thing is too, like at Florida, like our beaches aren't all a bunch of wealthy white people. It's like very diverse, interestingly. The people like going to the beach most of all that I know are not white people. They're women though. Like all the dudes I know, they don't like going to the beach.
Well, I don't like going to the beach.
Fucking hot.
Yeah.
What do? You just sit there.
I listen, I am with Anakin on this one. It's sand, it's coarse, it gets everywhere. Like what? I don't understand the appeal.
Unless you like go with a group of people and all they just want to do is get trashed. But like all the beaches, I have to remember, like the last time I had fun in a beach, I was in my early 20s. No, not even early 20s. I was in my late teens. I just got into the Navy. We were going to Pensacola Beach. That was a great time.
What's up, GC Freak?
Or what it seems to be, a lot of people who don't actually live in Florida buy a beachfront real estate to migrate there from their actual homes in the north. Oh no, they move here for real.
I'm sorry, wait a minute, what? The last time I went to a beach, there were parents letting their kids shit in the water? I mean, yeah, that's... that.
Shitting's a little bit too far.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
Pissing is fair game. It's in the ocean, the fish are doing it, why can't I do it, right? The dolphins are doing it.
I mean, I say by that argument, shitting's fine too, because they're definitely doing that.
It's too shallow. It's harder to carry this shit out to the depths, because I think the manatees and the dolphins are doing it much deeper in the water. So the dolphins can exactly. They're supposed to be smarter than humans, I've heard.
Alright, I think after this one is done, I might need to start planning my route to see if I can open up more chests before the timer's up. Yeah, I mean, that is pretty common. Them snowbirds.
Except now they're just moving here. Because we don't have state taxes. And we have a $50,000 homestead exemption, which I guess if you're buying $1 million home doesn't matter too much. But we don't have state taxes. It's still cheaper to live here than it is anywhere in the Northeast. For sure. That
is true. I mean, that is one of the motivating factors behind why I moved here in the first place. So, because the Northeast is expensive as fuck.
I don't mean this lightly. A lot of people that live in Boston have Florida plates because they live in Florida for 9 months out of the year and 3 months in Massachusetts. I believe that. I mean, do they really live in Boston then? They live in Florida. They go to Massachusetts to escape the summer. West Virginia is still the best place to buy a home. Yeah, if you don't need a job.
Well, I mean, if you work remote.
Yeah. But I mean, if I didn't need to work, like if I just had, I mean, my retirement is like right there. That in West Virginia, if I got like a $15 to $20 an hour job, I think I could probably get a house up there and be okay. Be probably pretty happy. I've heard Detroit has good prices on homes. I don't think so. I think they fixed that. That was a problem like 10 years ago. You could get a house like dirt cheap right outside the city limits or right in the city limits. Because it had gone to shit for so long. But I think a lot of that's... Detroit's gotten a lot better. But like, I've been looking... I looked at West Virginia. I don't know anything about the state. Yeah, they've cleaned up quite a bit, but I've talked to Randall about it, and it just seems like, okay, I could get a house there, but what the fuck am I going to do once I get there? That's, yeah, there's a reason it's so cheap. It's because the cost of living reflects the income that everyone's getting.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I don't even leave my house to do anything other than like outdoor stuff or cultural stuff or anything like that. I don't give a shit about any of that. That doesn't matter to me. I just want affordable living. That's really what it comes down to. I play video games all fucking day. I edit podcasts. I'm terminally online. So just place me somewhere I can afford. That's all I give a shit about. But I do need to like find some set of income. Like right now I'm just chilling, but like at the end of this month, I'm going to be working again. I'm going to be going back to the grind because I need to sustain myself. West Virginia is nothing besides the land you sit on. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the main things. Is like if you're really into outdoorsy things, then West Virginia is probably pretty great for that.
Yeah.
You're probably talking to the wrong fucking crowd here. At least the two of us, I'm pretty sure. But you know,
I thought that was savagery says that you look like Silent Bob.
you are not the first to say that, and I take it as a compliment.
There you go.
$15, little man. Put that shit in my hand.
That make you Jay.
I know. I mean, by virtue of who he is, Silent Bob doesn't exactly have any quotable lines. Ooh, I think I just got a cosmetic out of that box. That was cool. Fuck. Where's my next thing? I need more boxes. Fuck.
You should move down here to Florida, Randall. We have
Meth.
at least we do. Well, I mean, you can get meth. He came from West Virginia.
And alligators.
See, we have gators. But
and meth gators.
yeah, we do have meth gators. If you can survive the summer, which is becoming more and more unbearable, then you could like Florida. This summer's just been fucking brutal. Iguanas, we do have iguanas in South Florida. Absolutely. They're an invasive species. I got offered a job in Romania, but the company doesn't offer health insurance. I go bankrupt paying for the health costs with cash. I thought that like all European countries had free healthcare. You have so like just say you're like that's what I've heard. It's like you just go to the hospital and say take care of me and they'll do it. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying that's what I've heard. You have monkeys. I also hear down in the we do not have monkeys.
Actually, we do.
What?
Yeah, there's an area where there are actual just invasive monkeys that live in the wild because some jackhole way back in the day when Florida was still kind of like the Hollywood, they were like, you know, it'd be cool if we put a bunch of monkeys on this island because, you know, monkeys can't swim, so they won't escape that island. Yeah, monkeys can swim.
Or people will take monkeys with them. I did not know we had monkeys.
Yep, sure do.
But apparently our iguana population comes from Cuba. That's where we got them. Because there are definitely iguanas in Cuba. I saw some when I was in Cuba. Family estate stateside. Okay, so yeah, the health insurance for the family. I got you. Know about Romania? They're Brazil. I've been to Romania. I like Romania. I'll have to check which species really quick. Okay. You know, I should go capture a monkey. Have him play with my dogs.
I think what's funny too is that all the little lizards that just live everywhere around here are sold for like, you know, 10-15 bucks a pop or whatever up north as pets. I'm just like, you know what, we should just I'm sure somebody's clearly already doing this, but we should be like, let's just export these little fuckers, make some cash, because they are everywhere.
Anoles. Yeah, green anoles. They're pests down here. Macaques. Squirrel monkeys. Well, as long as they're staying they haven't come to outside of Florida, outside of the Everglades. So.
Well, I mean, people are already exporting, and it's been happening forever. That's what I'm saying, is that they sell them as pets up north because they don't live up north. So to people up there, it's like exotic.
They are. No, I mean, I remember when I was a kid, they sold for like $1 to $2.
Yeah, well, inflation.
Yeah. Thanks, Obama. See, I can say that now because it's completely removed from anything, and no one can get offended. It's been so long.
Probably. I could probably do one more of these, right? What do we got? Like 5 minutes left.
I'm offended. I don't even know what you said. Well, I mean, maybe that's the Massachusetts rubbing off on you there. It'll be okay.
I mean, having lived up there a better portion of my life, I don't think Massachusetts is known for being offended.
I thought Boston was. They're also known for being offensive.
Yeah, well, that's probably more accurate.
It's like, I've never been to Boston, so I don't want to miscategorize this, but from everyone that has been to Boston, or the stories I've heard about Boston, that is one of the most racist cities in the United States.
Okay, I don't know about that, but I do know that when I was living in Maine, we fucking hated anybody from Massachusetts up there because they all drive like assholes.
Isn't the joke that like Maine is essentially Massachusetts anyway?
Because of all the people from Massachusetts? Sure, yeah.
You all talk the same.
No, we don't. Boston has a very distinct accent.
Man, when I went to Brunswick, there are so many people talking like they were from like Boston.
Well, that's probably because that's where they were from originally.
Probably. Not very racist from what I can tell. Well, maybe not anymore. I mean, they are Irish, so. Way too fucking diverse up here. What do you mean too diverse?
Would you like to elaborate on that? They're not. It's not racist up here, but man, there are way too many people that don't look like me. Alright, did I get enough to nail the chests one? I did. Sweet. Okay.
Like, read both sentences together, you fuckhead. New Jersey hates the other 49 states, and Pennsylvania and New York hates New Jersey and each other. I don't know anyone who likes New Jersey. I'll give that. Okay, like
people who live in New
state,
Jersey.
Yeah.
They're the only ones.
Like maybe people from Trenton or the Tri-City area, or like right next to New York. Most people from Jersey are like, you say like, you know, Jersey kind of sucks. I'm like, yeah, you're right. It does. We have Snooki.
Mm.
I mean, that's been a long time. That was a long time ago, but
yeah. That one is actually better than what I got.
New Jersey needs to be scrubbed from the planet. Tony Soprano. See, that's the thing. Like, is Tony Soprano from Jersey? I think he's from Jersey. Not that I don't know. I haven't watched The Sopranos. I know that's terrible. I've seen like an episode once or twice when it was, you know, a running series, live series. But is that what your state's known for, is the mafia? The entire state is known for the mafia. That's your state. That's corruption.
And like spray tanned douchebags. Like that's
that too.
Yeah.
Like didn't they God, this is gonna sound political, I don't want to, but they just had a senator that was like found guilty of corruption. Like literally. I'm just saying, like, what did you expect? He's from New Jersey. That's what they do. Can't be upset about that. Come on now. That's like a prerequisite.
And Jay and Silent Bob, we just went full circle.
Exactly. All stems from driving. They're from Jersey too, aren't they? That's right.
Need something for it?
All stems from driving skills and goes from there. The worst place I've ever been with the worst drivers is Miami. They're terrible. I almost died there. That was fun. The next one is Virginia. Virginia's fucking horrible. Jacksonville's not that bad compared to the other two. Maybe just because I've been accustomed to it. Like, you'll have people driving five miles per hour below the speed limit in the middle lane in Jacksonville. That's about the extent of what you're going to get. Or they'll be in the right lane when you're trying to turn on it, and they'll be going 20 miles over the speed limit and then honk at you like you're the asshole for trying to get into the lane. Canada, New Jersey, and Massachusetts are the worst fucking drivers in this country, bar none.
Really? Connecticut? Well, yeah. I guess it's around that area.
Oh, he means Connecticut.
Yeah. Well, I agree. Well, I agree with Massachusetts for sure, but I have a lot of experience with mass holes. So the other two, I have less of.
DC is fucking terrible too, but I didn't drive there. I just was a passenger, and when I was in DC, I just walked the entire time because I was right in the heart of the capital, so I didn't need to worry about that. I was in the Navy Yards. That was a good time. I came from Chicago, and all of my relatives were from Wisconsin, and they hated Chicago drivers not because they were bad drivers per se, but the reason that they hated Chicago drivers, and this goes back to when I was a kid, so this is a long time ago, is because Wisconsin was the last state to make 21 the legal drinking age. So everyone from Illinois would drive up to drive up to Wisconsin, get loaded if they're between 18 and 20, because, or 16 and 20 actually, because they go driving up there. And 18 years old, they could buy it. So between 18 and 20, they get loaded because it's legal to drink there, and then they drive back and cause all sorts of accidents getting back to Illinois. I heard DC has great public transport. I think they do. I just don't know how to access any of it there, because I got there and there's like all these like scooters that you can rent, but I didn't know how to rent it.
That's a fucking plague on like every major city now.
Scooters?
Yes, scooters and bike rentals. More of the scooters, I think, are more of the problem. But
New York probably has, in this country, the best like public transit system. Like, their subway system's unparalleled.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is like it's a low bar because like our public transit just sucks across the board.
That's what I had to say in this country.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a lot of places with public transport, or knew how to use them or what to do when I was there. So I might be off base. I could imagine. I don't think California or San Francisco, Los Angeles, I don't think they do. I don't think Seattle does. I have no idea about Portland. Like, those would be the cities I would think would have better public transport than New York. But their subway system is simply amazing. The only thing you have to worry about is getting sexually assaulted or murdered. Outside of that, it's great. Has nothing to do with how it functions.
Yeah, minor things.
Yeah. But when I was in Tokyo as a kid, like I'm talking about, I think it was there when I was 14, when I was 16, when I went to Tokyo. And getting around Tokyo is easy. It is so easy. Especially if you know katakana. But it's not hard. And you can go anywhere in the city. It can get you relatively where you want to be at, and then you can pretty much walk to anywhere once you get off their subway station. It is so accessible. It's incredible. Like, Japan has it nailed down. London does too. London's public transport is fantastic. I don't know about now, but when I was there when I was 10, so now this is like 30 years ago, like, their subway system is incredible. So yeah, I mean, I'm living here in Jacksonville, which has no real public transport to speak of. I mean, technically there is there's the JTA, but that's all downtown. Like, it doesn't really reach out here. Whatever reaches out here is just inconsistent and worthless. So it doesn't really matter. And we don't have a train system to speak of. So, I mean, there's train tracks. There sure as shit are. But they don't go downtown or do anything. So, whatever. But yeah, it sucks. The public transportation here sucks, and it's also because the city is just massive, land-wise. Germany has great public transportation. I believe you. I've been to Germany, but I didn't have to deal with public transportation. We just use the Autobahn. We're in Bremerhaven. Or Bremer, where they make Beck's beer. And that's where I had like the best fish in my life. It was on this restaurant that looked like an old frigate, like a colonial age frigate. It's also it was the port where a bunch of immigrants left out of. Probably surmising that my ancestors, my dad met me there. He came down from Denmark and met me there. I was on deployment, and we were on a detachment, and my dad was like, yeah, I'll come down and see you. And yeah, I mean, we were kind of looking through their immigration records. We weren't sure, but we were saying it was possible that our ancestors probably came out of that port, which would have been cool if that was true. I just have no idea.
Yeah. Oh, it's a wild Adam.
Hi, Adam, from The Good, the Bad, and the Backlog, which you should go check out. They talk about a game called A Short Hike recently. It's a nice, short kind of episode compared to a lot of the podcasts in our circles at an hour and a half. And it was a game that a lot of people loved in our RHRC. So go check that out. Great episode, great discussion, great banter, lots of flaps. Tomorrow for him. It's Monday. He's probably at work, stressing. Promo so icky. I don't care. I'm gonna icky it all up. It's gonna be all sticky and wet. Better wash it off sooner, or else it's gonna become crunchy. I have this week off. Congratulations. I have an hour to kill, but until I pick up the keys to my new apartment. Once again, double appreciate. Congratulations. I know you've been posting about that in your Discord channel. Congrats.
Ooh, we're getting close. What am I at? 82. Only got 8 more tiers of the season thing here, and then I'll be done.
Hooray.
Oh, apparently I missed a couple of those. Oh, right. Fuck me. I still have all this shit.
Is Diablo 4 a better multiplayer than Diablo 3?
I mean, I guess I don't know how to answer that because I don't really usually play multiplayer, but I mean, I guess so. In that, like, it's sort of MMO light in that, you know, there are other players like around town and stuff, and you kind of can just drop into like world events and things like that. But man. All right, Hoagie Man, thanks for jumping in.
Right later, hoagie man. Go enjoy a hoagie. Go to Wawa for us. Love Wawa.
One of these days, I will actually have a sandwich from Wawa.
You should. They're fantastic. Go get the Cuban.
That is what I've heard. He got okay. Well, here's the question: Why did he get bored of 3? Like, what was the reason?
Two is better.
Too many elites and not much progression. Really? Okay. I mean, like, you have your whole, like, Paragon system and, like, the greater rifts and all that stuff. Oh, well, I mean, okay. As much as I like the Diablo lore, it's not exactly something that you come to the game for. Like, there's not a ton of story in any Diablo game necessarily. I mean, you do get a pretty cohesive plot line through like the first 2 and this one, but it's not like the main draw, I don't think, like long term. I mean, to be fair, Diablo 3's story is fucking ass, so I'm still mad about that. I mean, 2's good. 2 is a classic for a reason. It's a hell of a game.
I still like one more.
Yeah, I've had my thoughts about that. I kind of go back and forth, but I think if I were asked, I would probably say the same thing. I think I actually like Diablo 1 more than 2. Intelligence, damage. Ooh, intelligence, damage, and vulnerable damage. That's a fucking good combo. I might have to see if I can make that one work.
You can take what's best.
Alright, it was damage, vulnerable. Yeah, that one right there. Alright, let's see if we can set this one up all nice. I need my frenzied dead aspect on this bad boy.
Very well.
Yeah, I think see the other part of that you said was like location wise. I think I'd probably agree with that too, because I'm trying to think back to the locales of Diablo 3 and they weren't terribly awesome. I think 2, I mean 1 was its own little contained experience in Tristram, which I think is actually one of its strengths, but 2 had some pretty diverse areas. Like each act was very distinct from one another, which I think is a big selling point, like in that regard. So I could see that. I think the trade-off here though that you should be aware of is that it's not Diablo 4 is like it's one big world. Like there are different areas of it that are fairly distinct, but it's not like Diablo 2 where you go to like one act and then the next act and they're like clear distinctions. Like it's more of just an open map. So that's a little bit different, but what the fuck do I want to put on this? What is this? Minion attack speed and damage to cursed enemies, right? Come on. Roll the dice. You've given me the same affix 3 fucking times. Don't do this to me. There it is. Okay, thank you. I mean, I could potentially take that, but I'd really rather have damage. There it is. Huzzah. Alright. So let's swap this bitch out. And take the gem out of there. Very nice. Yeah, that's garbage. I don't want that. I mean, D2 Remastered is real good. Like, it's one of the better remasters that's been done, I think. They did a really good job of, like, maintaining the spirit of the game while also improving it in a lot of ways. Like, a lot of quality of life stuff, which I think was important. So, no, I really like it. Especially coming off the heels of some of the other ones, like Warcraft 3 Reforged, which was a fucking travesty. Intelligence, max life, and damage. That's not bad. What do I have on here? Ew, attack speed, though. Yeah, I feel like I'm good with what I got for right now. Alright, so as far as the seasonal stuff, what else do I got? We could do some of the summons. I know I got Beast in the Ice, the Echo of Andariel, Echo of Duriel. Those are going to be a little bit more difficult, I think. Trying to remember if I mean, what is this? We could do Lord Zir. I know I've got enough for that. What was this? When I was packing, I found like 6 copies of Command and Conquer series. I guess I really like those games. I mean, yeah. Alright, let's see. Fractured Peaks. Oh, yeah, so Adam, this is the map, by the way. So you have different areas, right? You've got like the Fractured Peaks, you've got Skos Glen, the Dry Steppes, Kyrgyzstan, Hawazar. So they're all like distinct areas. Like Hawazar is very like swampy. Like the Dry Steppes is obviously desert. Kyrgyzstan is kind of also desert-y. The main city of Kyovashad and like the Fractured Peaks are obviously snowy. And then Skos Glen is kind of like fantasy Scotland, if that makes sense. Lots of rocks and wetness and wind. But yeah. Are there sub areas that are random? I mean, yes. So like all of these things on the map, right? Like all of these are dungeons. So there's a shit ton of them. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the layout of the dungeon is random every time. They're always in the same place, but I think the layouts are randomized. And then in addition to the dungeons, you've also got smaller little things that don't show up on the main map. You'd have to see it when you actually go into an area, but they're like little mini... Oh, no, actually, here you go. One like here. So, like, these that have the little trapdoor symbol, those are, like, little mini dungeons that only take, like, a couple minutes or something. So, there's a ton of shit to do. I still haven't actually finished everything on the map, just because there's so much. So, definitely a lot of stuff to find, so... Yeah, that's the trade-off, is, like, the map itself is set, but all the sub areas, like the dungeons and all that shit, those are randomized. All right. Where the fuck do I go to summon this jackass? All right, where are we? Lord Zir. He's got to be around here somewhere. Let's see if I can track this down. contender for some couples co-op gaming. Oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah, for sure. And also, if you don't want to have like a bunch of other people in the world with you, you can actually toggle off. There's an option to toggle off seeing people from like cross-platform. So it drastically reduces the number of people in the open world if you want to do that. I mean, yeah, co-op D3 I thought was fun, or just D3 in general. D3 is very different. It's the most arcadey Diablo out of all of them because it's very just super power fantasy, blow through shit as fast as possible. Everything goes boom. They leaned real hard into that for that one, more so than the others. And then Diablo 4, they were trying to bring it back to more of like a D2 feel, and I think it ended up settling somewhere between 2 and 3 in terms of like gameplay feel, because they kind of found out that they started off with things being a lot more slow paced like D2, and then the player base was like, me want to go boom, and so they were like, all right, well, let's crank it up a little bit, I guess. All right, so I gotta find the entrance to the Ancient's Seat dungeon, and that is where Lord Zir is located. Fun. Where the fuck is this guy? More Frost Demise, Zenith, Sanguine Chapel, Dead Man's Dredge, the Black Asylum, Core Dragon Barracks. I don't know where this guy is. Where do the map? Oh, it's in the darkened way. Okay. Got it. So it's actually here. Okay. Alright, so let's head that way and knock that one out. Actually, while I'm here, I want to change my mount real quick. I'm using the War Kitty from the expansion pre-order, which is, yeah, pretty cool, but I feel like the vibe
Kitty. War Kitty.
Yes, the War Kitty.
Okay.
Yeah. However, I kind of feel like my vibe of this character is more of not a cat, so... Yes. Yes. Actually, you know, I kind of like this one. I might stick with that. Maybe. What else? Oh, yeah, no, definitely that one. That one goes with it.
Take care, traveler.
Yeah, there we go. You all ready for the Mario Kart 8 Super Deluxe remastered for Switch 2? No.
Why not?
I already bought all the damn extra tracks and shit for the one on the Switch. I don't want another one.
Mine is for Wii U. So. I got everything for Wii U. I'm not buying it again.
The Wii U didn't get any of the extra stuff though, right?
We got some of it. Not like the extra stuff.
So we'll include all the DLC tracks and enhanced graphics. Yeah, yeah. I mean, does it need it? I feel like the graphics in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe are pretty good as it is. I guess that's the thing, right? Is like we definitely hit that point of diminishing returns when it comes to graphics. Like, shit just generally looks good now. Like, there's not... I feel like there's not a whole lot more you can do with that.
No.
$2K when docked, 1080p in handheld. I mean, that'd be cool. Well, that's the thing, is like, where else do you go? Like, once you kind of nailed the realistic look, it's like there's not much you can do. That's kind of it.
Ray tracing. Ray tracing.
Ah, right. We weren't tracing the rays before.
Yeah.
Sup, bitch? Get fucked.
Get fucked.
You know what? Yes, that, there you go. I'm on board with that. The new thing should be, everything should just fucking run at least at 60 FPS smoothly. That I agree. All right. So we got that one done. I could probably knock that out pretty quick. I could just try to masterwork some of the stuff that I've got. So that should be pretty easy. Reach level 90 is just grinding. That's not too bad. Speaking of which, where am I right now? Level, what am I? The fuck am I? 86? Alright, I'm pretty close. What time is it? 10:20. Alright, so the Hell Tide is going. Fucking sure. Actually, isn't the Echo of... Yeah, that's Echo of Hatred is right there. I mean, can I just do that? You know what? Let's try it. I might get my fucking ass handed to me. Let's see what happens. Imagine if game graphics were imperceptible to real life. They would look so boring. Yeah, probably. Switch 2 would include voice chat without having to use the Nintendo app. Yeah, that's so fucking stupid. I mean, also, to be fair, I don't really want voice chat with randos. Like, ever. It's a bad idea.
Not the worst idea.
Listen, man, I don't want to hear the fucking 12-year-old that's whooping my ass at a game talk about my mom. Alright, let's see if I get destroyed.
Thing is, if you don't want them to talk about your mom, you gotta kill them.
Oh, is that how that works?
In the game.
Oh,
Supposed
okay.
Yeah.
That's a good clarification.
Yes. Not literally.
I don't know.
Would never endorse child murder.
Oh god, there she is. Okay. Yeah, so she hits like a fucking truck. Okay, this might have been a bad idea. Oh, what was that? Okay, I might not be ready for that yet. Good to know. She just wrecked my shit. Alright. Welp. Let's go over here.
Oh, Doom 3 turned 20 years old today.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yes, that's good. It's great. That's not another reason for me to feel like I'm a billion years old. That's fine. I mean, eventually we do have to talk about that.
Oh, God. Yeah, we do. I just have to remember it's not really a Doom game.
Yeah, I mean, for better or worse.
In hindsight, I kind of like that they don't have them, so I don't have to stress, but I do like aiming for achievements. I'm about to drop my Riddler trophy quest in Batman because of that. I'm done. I'm tapped out again. I realize why I get tapped out. It's because you're like, oh, I see all these Riddler things over the map. How do I get it? Oh, I don't have that device yet. And I'm like, do I really want to go back to these places with the device just so I can get a fucking trophy? No, fuck that. It's so fucking dumb.
Yeah,
Some people like doing that though.
I might have done that.
Yeah, and I'm thinking
that was back when I had time to do those kinds of things.
Like, even when I had time to do that, I didn't do that, which is why the first time I ever platinumed a game. Well, I won't say the first time, because technically I platinumed the Sonic's Sega Genesis Mega Collection, whatever it's called, for the Xbox. That's the first game I got 1,000 points on. But the first platinum I got was Final Fantasy VII Remake. And the reason that it was because I don't have the patience for that. I've never had the patience for that. And I don't know what was about Final Fantasy VII that made me have the patience for that. But I love that game. Maybe it was the pandemic. Who knows? When I think of wrestling games from 20 years ago, I'm thinking WWF In Your House. That's 30 years ago.
I say when I think of that, I think of the WrestleMania on the Super Nintendo.
That game is rough.
It is, but I kind of have a fondness for it.
Well, that's because we didn't know any better then, and then we got to play those THQ games on the N64, and like, oh, this is how a wrestling game is supposed to be. And we didn't get Fire Pro, and I still don't know how to play Fire Pro, but apparently that's peak wrestling game. I want another pandemic so I can have more time. If I was still in the military, I would agree. I would agree, because all I did was sit at home and do nothing. So I would 100% agree. WWF Raw on Genesis was awesome. It was when you didn't have any other wrestling games to compare it to. I would still rather play that than Attitude or Warzone. But those games were the hotness when they came out, because graphically we all thought that was amazing, and just... God, going back into trying to play those games now, I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. It'd be horrible.
Oh, I don't want to go and do with that area. Nope. So I didn't want to jinx it earlier, but I am happy to find that I can actually stream Diablo 4 now without it fucking freezing OBS. That's a plus.
That is a big plus. They have done it. They have figured it out. They have the technology. They can repair it.
Finally.
WWF attitude with all the voice clips and entrance music slapped. Yeah, it made it so if you were an N64 owner, you were jealous. And it's really... Here's the weird thing about that. You look back at it. And I was part of this crowd. So I'm about to throw shade at myself here too. You know, like young Chris, child Chris. Is that we were like, you know what? The game might be faster, it might look a little better, it might even play a little better. But does it have full motion video? Does it
Can
have...
I see grainy clips of my favorite wrestlers?
Yes. Does it have everything? I mean, you're still getting grainy clips on the N64, except they're like PowerPoint JPEGs. But it's like, does it have my favorite licensed music? I need the licensed music in order to enjoy my game. It's like it's a game. Like I look at that. That's how I look at it now. Like it could have a better soundtrack. It could have full motion video, but if it looks better and it plays better, then that's the version you want to go with. And as kids, like, we were all like, but I want the video, full motion video. Like, we were all fucking dumb. I think there were some RPGs, and I can't remember which one specifically, that I put down because Tales of Destiny was one that I specifically put down because I was upset there weren't as many anime scenes in there as there was for Lunar. Like, I want anime cutscenes, and then I played Tales from Destiny. I'm like, where are all the anime cutscenes? They're not here. It's inferior.
Is that a legitimate question, or are you just being facetious?
It's only in the first one. Game over hell.
That is not true, but... And yes, there is. And actually, I mean, Diablo has been in 3 out of the 4 games. He hasn't shown up in this one yet. Ooh, damn, I was not expecting that. Yeah, yes, there is. So he was the main baddie in the first one. Well, okay, actually, he's oh, wait a minute, that's not true. Well, it depends on what you're talking about. Okay, hold on. So he's the main bad guy in the first one. He's the final boss. In D2, he's the final boss of pre-expansion D2. And then you get Bale. And then Diablo 3 is also Diablo, but like Femme Diablo, which was like a whole thing. Because basically, I mean, the only way that the primevals can manifest physically in Sanctuary, like in the real world, is taking over a body. So logic would dictate that they would physically, at least somewhat, represent the body that they take over. Up until the story of Diablo 3, Diablo had always possessed a male body, and then in D3, he possesses a female body, and thus the physical manifestation of Diablo in the world is much more feminine. Which makes sense when you think about it, but at the time, everybody was fucking gamer raging about it, because they're just like, why does Diablo have tits?
Is she hot though?
I mean, if you're into that red scaly demon kind of thing, sure, yeah.
Like they're really surprised the devil is a woman.
Wow.
That's how you shut them up.
I don't even know what to say to that. But yeah, and so Diablo himself has not shown up in D4 yet. Lilith is kind of the main baddie thus far, but we also have the new expansion coming out. Fucking like, when is that coming out? October, I think.
I see.
Yeah, I think my goal... Actually, I should probably go turn this in before I'm wasting potential quest turn-ins here. But I think my goal is to at least finish the seasonal track, because that'll be a lot easier to knock out. I probably won't finish all of the season journey stuff, but I made it pretty far. I think this is the farthest I've actually gotten in the seasonal journey stuff, so that's I'll take that as a win. Yeah, because what do you even get? You get items, which is fine. I guess you unlock the titles, so not a huge deal. The seasonal track stuff, though, that's the important part. That's all like the cool cosmetics and other shit, so I want to finish getting those, but that's not too difficult.
It is done.
Sure.
Lamb feast.
See, how many other points do I have? Oh. I think I got enough to unlock my other glyph node here. Is that the right? Oh, I gotta go up and around the optimal path. So, almost. Why didn't anyone tell me Lunar was a musical? What? Say, Chris, you want to weigh in on that one? Oh. Localized Tales games butcher their opening music. I mean, do they just have different, like, tracks? They don't use the original? Or is it just that it's like a bad translated version of it or something? My understanding, some games make up different songs for the opening compared to the Japanese, or they play an instrumental. Huh. Like, why? It's just, that seems unnecessary. Where's the... Oh, there we go. I'll grab that one. Because Bandai Namco is cheap. It's cheaper to do a whole other track than just use the existing one because of like artist licensing. Is that why?
Hold on, I'm back. I'm catching up with everything. I went to go do some things. Wait, Adam's surprised that's a musical? It's not really a musical. I think that's going to make him like it more, right? Knowing Adam.
No need to pay for singers and stuff. I mean, okay, sure. I guess that's what I was saying then, right? Is like, so it's just they don't want to pay the artists like the royalties from the original track, so they just record an instrument one and use that for the localized versions. I mean, I guess that saves them money in the long run.
So to your statement there, Adam, about she sings on the ship, it's so camp. First of all, that song for Lunar fans is way more important than the opera scene from Final Fantasy VI. Which, I guess, yeah, that's me. Second of all, in the original Lunar on the Sega CD, she doesn't go with you on the ship. Her ass stays behind. It's like a Disney musical. For a little bit, I guess. Which is great, right? Right? I have my problems with Lunar Silver Star story. I have I don't say a lot of problems, but I do like the original more for a litany of reasons. Oh, another big difference for that is, was it Capcom versus Tetsunoku? Like the original release of that had a fantastic anime opening, and then when they released, I guess it's like the improved version, or quote unquote improved version, that they brought over to the West, it loses that. It's horrible. Or like the Mega Man 8 intro in Japan is an anime rock song. I mean, they don't change anything about the intro, but they replace the music. I think they do the same with a lot of the Tales games. Like you were even just saying there, like that's been going on with Tales games forever for licensing reasons, I would imagine. Yeah. Yeah, Electronical Communication by Grenasia was the song featured in the intro of Mega Man 8 in Japan, and it's fucking great. It's so good. And they got rid of it for whatever the hell they... Just generic background music in the American version. It's like, what the hell did you do? Possible I'm going to use patches for every Tales game so I can get the damn intros. Tales of Fantasia. I want to say, like, Tales of Fantasia, I played this game as a ROM, and this is like well after the PlayStation. I think it came even after I was into the PlayStation 2. And like the intro, it's still today, just blows me away. that they have an entire Japanese vocalized pop song in that game's intro. Like, and so like I was excited when I got it for the GBA, which I'm assuming a lot of people were. And then like you play it, it's like not good at all. It's missing all of it. So bad. But Adam, I'm glad that you're enjoying Lunar Silver Star story complete. And you appreciate the musical. And you love the camp. It's right in your background with theater and gay. So I know that's right with you. You love it. I don't know about the gay thing. I was just making a funny joke. Probably not that. Probably cool. I'll cancel myself to it. You think I'm a theater gay? Yes. Well, I'm not. Okay. I need to educate myself. Well, you did tell me you were liking it, which is promising. Which I know doesn't mean anything.
It's a good game.
It is a good game. Would you say it's better than a bunch of mascots fighting each other with really basic controls, Shane?
You know, I might be inclined to say that, yes.
Oh, okay. I don't even know how to follow up that. I can't. Oh, man. By the way, King of Games 96 has a new episode coming out on Tuesday about Resident Evil versus Lufia 2. Adam, you don't like fighting games. Shut up. After I heard what you did to Street Fighter Alpha 2, you can't tell me you like any fighting games. Only one fighting game I like, and it's that. Street Fighter Alpha 2? Or mascot fighting games? Ah, I see you're under the firm grip of capitalism, which as a millennial, I'm obliged to say is bad. Even though it's... I have to say it. But we all do. I am a capitalist scum. I know. It's okay. We always win.
I cannot carry more.
Got a recommendation to follow Baby Otaku 375. No. That sounds scary.
Sounds like that's gonna put you on a list. Good lord. Alright. That was a lot. I don't know what happened. I ended up spawning just a ton of shit. Alright, let me grab this, and this. Alright, I actually need to find one more. Yeah, find one more of these before it closes to use up all these cinder shards that I got before they go away. Nope, not that way. Okay, sure, yes, that's what I want to do. Why not? Fuck it. Should I sell the dragon diamond for 20,000?
I need more essence.
I don't know, Chris, what do you think?
Yes. You definitely should. He shit that out for you.
I'm not ready yet.
In fact, he shit it out so you can sell it.
Alright, let's see if I can get back to town real quick, dump this stuff, and then grab that chest before the hell tide's over. Dun 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 dun. What happened? Adam, what's going on? Thievery.
Now you gotta go fight a really hard boss fight.
Yay.
That's like one of the whew. Thinking about knowing that you're playing Lure, that's the hardest boss fight I think at the game. PSX intro for Tales of Phantasia is basically an alternate version of the Super Famicom opening theme. I would hope so, because I think they got rid of it. That opening is great.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. I'm way over leveled. Oh, okay. Super Famicom compresses the audio, but there is a studio high quality version on YouTube. We'll check that out. I'm gonna check that out right now. Fantasia studio quality opening.
Holy fuck, what is happening?
This is so good.
Alright. Well, that was intense. Oh, actually, where's the... Yeah, I go back here. I don't remember if I hit the last tier of the Iron Wolves rep for the season or not. That was pretty close. Hello. Ooh, almost. One away. Good lord. Alright, I have enough summoning materials to last me forever.
So I posted it in the Discord. Game over hell.
Ah, well done. That's one less problem.
Wait. Did I do that one? Yeah, I think I did that one right. Yeah, okay. So, loop. And then I got our sweet ass glyph here.
I'm jamming out. Well, yeah, this is the studio version, so it's not going to match 1-to-1. Unless you saw a different video, of course, but that's the Super Nintendo.
Alright, I think I'm gonna go fix up my cosmetic real quick because I had swapped a couple things. And then I think we're about at time. Still think I like that one better. All right. Well, I believe it is about that time. So, want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out. Like I said, it's kind of a chill stream tonight, so it's definitely something that I needed. So, a little time to kind of just wind down and zone out and kill some demons, which is always cathartic. So yeah. So I suppose, if you don't know, we are a podcast first and foremost. This is not what we do for a living. Not, well, podcasts we don't do for a fucking living either.
No.
But at least we're, arguably decent at the whole podcasting thing. Streaming, debatable, I don't know. But we're here, and we're doing it. If for nothing else, we at least look kind of professional, and that's mostly just because of our overlay. I don't think that's anything that we're doing. So,
Our beards.
Oh yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, that makes us look distinguished.
Plural now.
I know.
Plural.
Chris is very happy about this development.
Yes.
But yeah, anyway, so if you head over to that Linktree link that's up there I'm pointing in the wrong direction. Hold on. There you go. The right-hand corner, you can check out all of our stuff, the show itself. We have a Patreon if you'd like to jump in on that and support the show in that way. A whole bunch of extra content there. As well as the merch store and all of our socials and the YouTube channel and all the good stuff. It's all there. So as of the stream today, as you can see down at the bottom of the screen, we just released our most recent episode on the one and only Chrono Trigger with not one, but two guests. Hence the, 2 hour and 37-minute runtime of the episode.
It could have gone longer.
It could have. Yeah, that's true. It probably could have been double that if we'd let it happen. But that's just because everybody, really digs the game. I mean, spoiler, but come on, it's fucking Chrono Trigger. Like, I don't feel like I need to tell you that. So, definitely go check that out if you haven't already. If you're not one of the eager beavers that gets in on it right away. It's a good episode, if I do say so myself. So that's, I think, pretty much it. I don't know, Chris, you want to throw anything else out there?
No, not really. But if you're watching this, I guess I am. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can watch us live over at twitch.tv/retrohangover. Come on over there, talk with people like Game Over Hell, Savagery the Hoagie Man, who's probably at a Wawa right now enjoying a hoagie for Hoagie Fest. They don't sponsor us, but I do like Wawa hoagies. And the good, the bad, and the backlog. Adam from the podcast, the good, the bad, and the backlog. And you can also hear over on our King of Games 96 series. But like all these people are all participants in this wonderful experiment that we call Twitch. And you can join us live at twitch.tv/retrohangover, which you can find our Linktree link. So join us there and tell us how assholes taste.
We're never going to let that one go.
Never.
I'm still sticking with salty milk and coins. But
Pennies.
Yeah, sure, yes. Specifically, pennies. Anyway, all right. There you go. Like a penny. Thank you, Adam. All right.
Yep.
Well, until next stream,
Play with your "it sounds better in the studio, Daddy" joysticks.
Wow. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.